I wanted to make a video. I've been playing with my planner today, which was brought about by two things. Number one, Angela of Paper Love Story sent me week on 2 pages cotton cream diary. I started off in a Filofax on week on 2 pages. I used it. It worked pretty well. I constantly was running out of space, though, so I converted first to daily and then day on 2 pages. I've since come to find day on 2 pages is awkward because it's hard to see perspective. It's very easy to kind of lose track of larger picture goals, what you're trying to do, apart from just like that day's tasks. You sort of lose the view that you need to zoom out a little bit. It also is a lot of paper to carry in the planner, and I have been using my Cavendish with 30mm rings for most of 2012. And it was stuffed to the gills. It contained about 6 weeks of day on 2 pages, all of this year's month on 2 pages, all of my wallet stuff, all my reference information, my contacts. It was getting really stuffed. What I did, you'll see this is not the Cavendish, this is my Domino. When I got this and looked at it, it was so slim. I'm like, I wonder if I could fit into something smaller with this. So I took all the wallet stuff out, and I put this in. I put everything else. So this is everything except the day on 2 pages diary and the wallet stuff, which, when we close it up, is, well, the pen doesn't help, but this is a very reasonable thickness. Totally fits in 23mm with no trouble. Now, part of the reason why I didn't ever think this was working for me was because I need to track a lot of stuff on a day-to-day basis. So I bought Clairefontaine notebooks, which I took to, I took a paper cutter to and then a hole punch and got them. The page size was 6 3/4 high, but it was like 4.5 wide, and it's actually a staple bound, so it was like one long page with the staples in the center folded. I pulled the staples out, I cut 3 3/4 inches in, and then 3 3/4 inches from the other side, so I had this strip of paper with staples and staple holes in the middle, and I ended up with pages exactly personal sized, which I then punched. I tried a few different hole punches. I found the Franklin Covey one is the best value. It works well, it is not too expensive, it's held up fine, and I actually have 2 of them. I keep one at home and one at work, which is handy. So I got these, and what I did, we flip to today, so this is this week's spread, and then as many of us have done, I put this page in the middle, but I wrote the date at the top, I wrote to-dos down, and I figure, like, this is about all I'm going to be doing today, is just this top. So, I figure I can just draw a line, and tomorrow just start from the line down. The next day, you know, on some days I'll use the full page. I might even use both sides of it. But most days I'm only going to use 1/4 of a page per day. And so I can get 4 days on this. I might even be able to get a whole week onto this page from time to time. I could definitely see it as being handy if you put your Monday to-dos right here, your Tuesday to-dos right here, so you can see them side by side, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But anyway, I think that this is going to work. It seems it's flexible. I just add as much paper as I need on a day-to-day basis to get all my to-dos down. It gives me the perspective. It's got this week. Oh, it's backwards. Anyway, take my word for it. This week up here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was thinking, like, some of my, like, more major, like, this is what I want to actually accomplish this week is going to go up here. So I already started populate. You see that they're written on. I started filling stuff in. appointments, work notes. I'm writing, and all of this writing in here is I wrote with my Lamy Safari. This is an extra fine nib. It's not that fine though, and it feels perfect. It's a nice. I like writing with it. It's a nice pen. This paper takes it okay. It definitely. I don't know if you can see that well, but there's definitely a fair amount of show through. A little touch of bleed through, but it's not too bad. I really like the economy. It's like, when you've got, this pen is not too expensive. A bottle of, I don't use high-end ink. I mean, a bottle of ink costs me like 10 or 12 bucks or something. And that bottle of ink will like refill this pen hundreds of times. So, and each refill I can get 3 or 4 days out of. So I figure like that just seems like a very cost-effective way to write. I have this pen loop that I bought from the folks at DodoPad ages ago. Still stuck very firmly in here. It holds my mechanical pencil just fine. I like to put forward planning appointments, meetings, stuff like that in pencil because I find at my work they change all the time. So, but lots of things that I'm confident are not likely to change, I'll just write them right in ink. The ink does feather. This ink on this paper you can't see it, but it feathers pretty badly. So I'm going to try some. I've got lots of ink samples that Rory and Tracy have sent to me over the past year, and so I'm going to just start trying all different ones and see if I can find one that really likes this paper. I found, though, for next year I'm planning to use my new 2013 DodoPad insert, and that paper takes every ink I use. Every ink I've tried on it seems to be fine. So Filofax seems to have a penchant for pumping out paper that doesn't like fountain pens. So anyway, so this is fine. I like it. I fit in 23 millimeters. It's much slimmer. It's much lighter, and that's great. But I needed to do something about a wallet. So I don't know if people remember. This is before I stuck all my wallet stuff into my Filofax, I was using this Gucci wallet that I bought. Well, it was purchased for me as a birthday gift in 1999 when I lived in Italy, and I carried it every single day of my life ever since. It went through the laundry at least twice. As you can see, it is banged up beyond belief, but it actually did. This held up well for a long time. This wallet looked good for at least 5 or 6 years before it really started to wear badly. And my initial thought was just to get another one, and perhaps next time I'm in Italy I'll do that. But when I looked at how much they cost here, I was just like, oh my god. It's like this very basic, I couldn't find exactly this model, but something very comparable to this costs like $250 or something. That seemed kind of ridiculous to me for what it is. Although, since they do hold up pretty reasonably, maybe it's worth it. Other wallet options. This very cool wallet that Tracy sent me that I was really hoping to use, but I cannot fit as much stuff in it as I need. It's a double-sided, I don't know what language this is. It's Passes. And so on one side you open it up and it's got this accordion fold card holder that's kind of a nice, it's some kind of vinyl, but it's got, I mean, it's not new and it's holding up great, so I think that that's good stuff. And then if you unsnap the other side, it's labeled bills. It's just got a money clip inside, so you can clip your bills in. I've never been one to use a clip, but I was totally into trying it. This wallet's in great shape. It's got a nice. It's a small, as you can see, it's a smaller footprint than the Gucci wallet, pretty substantially. It's pigskin. It's beautiful. But as I said, when I actually put all my cards in here, I couldn't close it. So I have this cheap chintzy one, but I don't like it very much. And after just a few weeks of use, the lining here started coming loose. So I have this one. I think my parents gave this to me quite a while ago. I never really used it. It's got my initials on it. A nice basic wallet. I can't read what this brand is. I can't tell. Anyway, it's pretty nice. Juan actually took it and carried it for quite a while, and some of the seams came loose pretty immediately, but he took it to the shoe repair this week and got it fixed. I popped in the cards that I actually use most frequently in this guy, and then the 2 ID pockets, and then it has a coin purse here, and I usually just put coin in my pocket, so I just chucked all of the other cards that I carry inside this, and I didn't put them in yet, but it's got 2 bill pockets in here, so I can shove the rest of my stuff in. And it's fine. It's a little, yeah. I mean, it's a very different orientation than what I'm used to. This one was a little bit wide, though. I tended to have to put it in my pocket up and down. This will fit whichever. So I'm going to give this a try. I'm not totally sure. Oh, and I did want to talk about, that was the other thing. The part of the reason why I was curious about whether I fit in 23mm rings is my Cavendish, which I love dearly, is not holding up that well. I'm noticing, I've been carrying it every day for most of the past year, but there have been there was my 2-month experiment with the Success Choice binder, plus the beginning of the year that I was in a Kindle, and the Cavendish has been with me. I'm not abusive with it. It goes in my bag, it goes on my desk, it travels everywhere, but I noticed that the spine, it's wearing pretty badly on the corners, around the spine. The leather is all creasing here and starting to it's just, the leather is so thin on it. The other thing is that the button on the popper, the leather got nicked and now it's completely peeled off. So at this rate, this binder is going to look like garbage in another 6 or 9 months. And so I am on the lookout for something sturdier, and which I think is probably going to mean I'm probably going to end up in something vintage. Or something not Filofax. I'm definitely sort of looking at all the different options out there, and trying to find something that looks like it's really, really well constructed. And most of those options end up with, they have the smaller size rings. So I was really interested in whether I could actually fit in a smaller ring thing. I realize it's very unlikely I'm going to find anything that's got a pen loop big enough to accommodate a Safari fountain pen. And a lot of things are not going to have 2 pen loops. I did notice, if I really want to spend, the Smithson has a pen loop and a pencil pocket inside the cover. The pen loop looks very generously sized. What I don't like about that one is that it's got, and many of them, is that the closure is a very long strap, and I think it's likely to get in the way when you're trying to write on this page, which is what I had a problem with that in my Malden, and I definitely don't like long closures, but that seems to be the way that they are. I think the Smithson's actually, it doesn't have a popper, it's actually it tucks in under a loop on the cover, so which is probably good from a durability perspective. There's nothing to break there, but I also don't know how securely it's going to close, although it also seems to me that would make it somewhat adjustable. If it's really full, you can leave it open, a little bit more open. If it's really not so full, you pull it a little tighter and it's going to close more tightly. So anyway, I think that that's it. I'll stop chatting now and see if this will upload. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you soon.